Hello.
Welcome
to Bookshop Bombshells.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Elizabeth. And this is a podcast where we each read a book.
We tell you about a book.
Yeah. You can decide if you want to read it or not. We'll try not to spoil it. So we sort of just give you the first part recap.
Yeah.
So I had some interesting news. I've had a lot of concussions this week.
Girl, I had one 2 weeks ago.
My husband's literally sending me links for helmets. So I put together. So I got into Legos recently, like big Lego projects. And for my birthday, my husband got me it's huge, Starship Enterprise.
Ooh.
From Star Trek. And I finally put it together, and I was so excited. And I'm have 4 cats, so I'm trying to find a place that'll keep it away from the cats.
So they don't knock it.
Because dude, even just putting it in this spot, I pick it up and put it over my head, and it's just pieces just start breaking off,
avalanching.
Oh my god, the amount of times I've re-put this thing together, I thought I was gonna go insane. And so I tried to put it on this really tall bookcase, and I was I'm gonna put it on top of the bookcase, and I had some stuff on there, but I was yeah, I'll just move it around, and it's so big, it's wide, that I had to move the bookcase away from the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, not paying attention to the stuff on top of the bookcase.
Oh no.
And I literally, I used to play roller derby, you know this.
Mm-hmm.
And in our training we had these PVC pipes.
Yes.
That we would practice on. So you have these PVC pipes parallel on the ground, and you sort of stand on them, and it helps with your balance and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have 2 PVC pipes that each foot is on.
Mm-hmm.
And some girls had spray painted my roller derby name on them, and they're super cute, so I kept them. And they were just on top of this bookcase, just sitting there. And I'm moving the bookcase out from the wall, and just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's just bam. And I'm just on the ground.
Oh no.
And I'm what? I didn't even know it hit me in the head. And I didn't realize those things were so freaking heavy, dude.
Well, they're not supposed to break while you're on them.
No.
So.
And I cried. That's how embarrassing. I was just crying. My head hurt so bad. And then, let's see, 3 days later, it's we had just had this big snowstorm here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm doing all this stuff, getting all the snow off my car. I'm going to leave the house for the first time in 3 days.
Right.
And I go to open my car door. Stop. And I want to pretend I was trying to, it was frozen shut. So I was struggling with it. But I literally just opened it.
Into your face.
Into my fucking face. Do you want to see? I have a
you do
Harry
have
Potter.
A little, red mark on your forehead.
I have a Harry Potter scar on my forehead right now. And I feel like a real dum-dum.
I'm sorry. I can tell you about my concussion
Yeah,
story.
let's hear your concussion.
It was the last time I saw you 2 weeks ago.
Oh, good.
So,
we're both just getting a little dumber together.
You had left, and then I was helping John with something, and then I went into the bathroom, and I bent over to pick something up, and I came up, and I hit my head on the corner of the cabinet.
Oh.
And I didn't think anything of it. It didn't making me fall down or anything like that. I was just oh man, that really, I think I yelled audibly. John was are you okay? And I'm I just hit my head. So the next morning when I woke up, I was nauseated. I had a on and off migraine. And I was why does it feel like the top of my head's got a bruise on it? When did I hit my head? And I was racking my brain around it. I don't know why I didn't ask
didn't even
John.
remember hitting
your
head?
So Sunday
That's
comes around. Sunday comes around. I was I've had multiple. So it's easier to get them, I think.
Same.
So
many head injuries.
So you're my best friend.
Yeah.
We both need helmets.
Oh.
So John tells me on Sunday, he's oh yeah, you hit your head on the corner of the cabinet Friday night. And I was what? And he was yeah, hard. I could hear it. I asked you if you were okay, and I was I completely forgot about it. And then he told me, and I vaguely remembered it, and I was okay, I've been nauseated. I have a on and off migraine for no, that's
Better
it
get checked out.
happened.
Brain. That's what I'm like worried about because I have had a headache today, but I think it's just pressure. I think it's
Well, there's dry air out there.
yeah. The dry air is making us dumb. The concussions are making us dumb.
It's fine.
But trust us, read the books.
We're at least well read.
Yeah, exactly. We'll forget everything, but
Yes.
So it's my turn to go first this week, right? Because you did death with interruptions.
Oh yeah. Did I go?
I think you went first last time.
You go first.
Okay.
Either way, I don't care. I can't remember.
We make
Can
the
you?
rules. Yeah. Who knows at this point?
What'd you read this week?
So I'm really excited because last week I did an audiobook so that I could spend more time reading this book.
Okay.
Because it's a very long book. It's how many pages? It's like 500 and I don't know, like 17 pages or something like that. But I did The Lost Queen by I think it's pronounced Signe. Signe Pike.
I like the redhead on the cover. Oh
yeah, beautiful book. The things that got me to pick this book up were it says Miss of Avalon meets Outlander. So I was like,
yeah,
hell yeah, dude. I love both of those, which I'm actually trying to read the Miss of Avalon. But that book is like 800 pages.
That's
so
a lot.
That's
a
going to
commitment.
be a marathon, I decided. A marathon read that I do. But yeah, so this is actually a trilogy. This is the first book in the trilogy. I'm waiting on the second book from Libby.
Oh.
So I'm hoping to read that. But so it's another really interesting thing that got me to pick it up is it is supposedly a kind of like, it's historical fiction, but it's obviously about, a queen, but it's also about kind of like the origin story of Merlin.
Oh.
So that's kind of, like Miss of Avalon is like, King Arthur. Mm-hmm. It predates King Arthur. But let me just get into it. Okay.
Yes, let's hear.
So it was written in 2018. But the book itself takes place in 550 AD. Oh. And it starts out at this place called Kadzau Fortress. The names are going to be insane, and I apologize. I actually did start listening to the audiobook for this, so I hope I don't ruin too many of the names. But it was another one of those audiobooks that, like, you just get lost if you're not, like, 100% paying attention all the time.
Yeah.
So I ended up switching to reading it. But I think if you did both, like, if you, like, start reading it and then listen to the, audiobook, you could probably do
like an immersive read?
Yeah, like you do kind of off
Flip
and on.
And flop.
Yeah. Because I think reading helps you remember names and places, and because it is, like, it's kind of Game of Thronesy in that, like, it's just
a lot.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, when you first open up the book, it's like, here's a map, and here's like all the people and like what kingdoms they're a part of, and I'm just like, oh great, like this is gonna be rough. So I do think maybe like reading it and listening, like you could probably listen to it if you did both, because it is just like helpful to, because some of the names are similar enough that you're like, I don't really know who you're talking about. Okay, so it starts off at this Kadzau Fortress in Strathclyde, which is in the land of the Britons. So it's Britain before King Arthur, basically.
Yeah. Old
Britain. Which it is mostly, like, looking at the map that they give you, it is mostly Scotland that we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Current time Scotland. So it's late winter, and the book kind of centers around this girl. Her name is Langorith. She's just woken up from a dream about her late mother. It has been 9 days since her mother has died, and she died of what they call, did it say the sickness? I think it's like smallpox or something.
Oh,
because they mentioned like boils and stuff. And like, so I think it's like some sort of smallpox. I think it's before like Black Plague and stuff.
I was going to say not leprosy.
Yeah, or not leprosy, no. But I think something like smallpox.
Okay. Smallpox makes sense.
So, and they do talk, it is very contagious because they do talk about, like,
Measles.
when she got it. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm thinking of all the red spotty.
Yeah. Something boily. So, when she awakes from the dream, she's in the room with her brother, whose name is Lilacan. He's her twin brother. And she starts to, like, tell him about the dream, but he is just, like, unresponsive. Like, he's non-communicative.
Okay.
So he hasn't actually spoken since their mother's death. After they wake, the twins sneak out of their bedroom. They try not to wake their nursemaid, whose name is Crowan. And they've entered to the nearby river Avon, where they've seen a beautiful red stag each morning after their mother's death. So this morning they see the stag, but when Langorith looks up the river, she sees a figure, and she's sure it's her mother, and Lilacan seems to think that it's her too. Suddenly, like, Lilacan stiffens, and he finally speaks his first words since their mother's death. He said, "A rider is coming, and he brings news from the east." So Lilacan has a gift from the gods, and like Mists of Avalon, because I just started reading this also, would call it, like, the sight. So it's like he has, like, foresight, or, you know, like basically he sees things before they happen. And this gift it's like for Lilacan only. Langorith doesn't have it, even though it's believed that her mother also had it. So her mother was a wisdom keeper, and Lilacan is training to be one as well. So a wisdom keeper, from what I can tell, is like a druid priest, kind of. And poor Langorith feels left behind because, you know, she wants to be a wisdom keeper like her mom. She's jealous that Lilacan has this sight and she doesn't. But she has a different destiny because she is the only daughter of a king. Her fate is already sealed, and she is, like, basically destined just to be another king's wife.
Oh.
So it's important, though, because, like, her marriage is going to help create bonds with, like, other kingdoms, to, like, protect their people, and it's a big deal, but,
the
like,
politics of it is really important.
it really is.
Yeah.
But she is mad about it because she just thinks that she's basically going to get sold to some guy that she doesn't know, and she would rather be, like, a wisdom keeper like her brother.
She's like, I don't even like him.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I mean, because it's literally, I mean, and she's, like, 10 right now also, so she's like, ew, boys, like, I don't want to like be someone's wife, like, that sounds awful. She's kind of like a tomboy too. It's like she doesn't like to wear dresses and stuff. So the writer that Lilacan sees coming, when he arrives at the castle, he brings news of unrest in the kingdom. So the Angles, who are, like, the bad guys, apparently.
Oh.
They're, like, the bad guys in Mists of Avalon, too. Like, it's, like, the Anglo-Saxons are, like, they're, like, I really have been, like, Googling, trying to, like, figure out history because I'm so bad at it.
I think it's fine.
But yeah, it's like Anglo-Saxons. They're, like, Germanic people that basically are trying to...
I thought you said angle. Like,
angle. No, that's what they call them.
Like a 90-degree angle? Okay. I was like, hold on. Instead of, like, when you started talking about it, I was like, oh, maybe she said Anglo.
But it's so a lot of the words are, like... Because she tries to use the words of the time versus, like, the words we use now.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So she calls them the Angles.
Because that's
versus
what they were
now,
called.
versus now we call them, like, Anglo-Saxons.
Okay.
I assume.
That's a cute little angle.
Yeah,
there.
just the Angles. But the way that they, like, make them seem are just, like, barbaric, like,
mean ruffians.
Oh yeah, that just, like, kill babies and stuff. Like, yeah.
Damn.
Andrea's looking at me with a wide eyes. Yeah, it's bad. They're bad news. So the Angles have been invading and slaughtering across the countryside. One of the so I said like her dad is a king. Um, there's like 13 kings of like across
An
Britain.
area.
Yeah, there's like, and then there's like a high king that's like the king of kings. It seems just like, I think they call them like petty kings. It's like you have like a high king, and then it's like petty kings, and then it's like lords, and then it's like there's like a hierarchy. That I don't really understand, but but like another one of the petty kings has actually lost his kingdom to Ida the Angle, and they make it seem like it was like his own fault, like out of like cowardice, like he ran away. And dude, the whole time also I was like reading these books, I kept thinking of like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Stop.
Like I could not. I actually like made my husband watch it with me the other day. Okay, but anyway. I was thinking like run away. So since this like King Vortigern basically gave up his kingdom to the Angles, there's no one to protect the people that he reigns over.
Yeah.
And so there's been like these kind of like rumblings of a dragon warrior named Pendragon, which means head dragon. I didn't know that. And he seems to be their only way to get the Angles out. So I don't know if you remember this from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I quote it at work frequently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew like all the words. But so this is Emery's Pendragon. Is this Pendragon? But Uther Pendragon is the father of King Arthur. And so they do talk about Uther Pendragon eventually. But this is Emery. So this is like pre Uther Pendragon. But so Emery's Pendragon is lowborn. He's just like a BA warrior. But so they're all like talking like, oh, he's their only hope. But like they're basically saying like he also like none of the lords and chieftains are follow him because he's lowborn. So that's just a little foreshadowing, not for the story I'm telling, but for the story as a whole.
In general.
Because the other thing I was like, when I was working on this like summary, is this book is so extensive that I was having to pick and choose what to talk about because so much is at play.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like, I was just like, should I mention? Like, because I'm not going to
Is this worth mentioning?
Yeah, but it's like, it's the interesting, because we're getting into, like, the King Arthur stuff, basically. So it's like, that's really interesting. And so the High King, which I kind of mentioned, his name is Tuchagal. He calls a gathering at this place called Partick, which is just like a city capital. And they want to discuss the King Vortigern business. And Morkin, Langorith's father, decides to leave Langorith and Lilican at Cadzow, even though they really want to go. But he does leave her with this gift. It's a beautiful, like, bejeweled, like, real jewels knife.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that he tells her that she needs to learn to use, and he actually gives her permission to train with her brother under their uncles, Brant and Broden. And so they, like, do, like, a bunch of training with the knife and stuff, and she's actually, like, a natural at it, and she's really upset, again, that, like, her future is just to be, like, a king's wife.
Able to wield this
yeah,
knife.
yeah. Like, she can't actually, like, you know, do anything other than protect herself. I mean, I think it's really important to be able to protect herself.
It's very.
But yeah, she's never going to be a warrior like her brother or her uncles or anything like that. So while King Morkin is away at Partick, the castle is overrun with refugees from a nearby village that was raided by Angles. So basically, like, a ton of people just, like, come to the gates and they're like, we need help.
Oh.
And it's like men, women, and children who've been just, like, brutally injured and are seeking help.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like babies. So Langorith's mother, before she died, was a healer. And she taught Langorith a lot of stuff. But Langorith's only 10. So she's also like the lady of the house at 10. Like, that sucks for her.
She doesn't get to be a kid, does she?
Yeah, no, she's like trying to take the responsibility of like, I know how to heal, but I'm like 10 and I didn't actually have enough time to learn.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, basically. But she's like overwhelmed by the mass number of injured people, And she's just like absolutely distraught by this young boy who has like an axe wound to the chest.
Aww.
And it's like festering and gross. And all she wants to do is like save this boy, and she like doesn't know how. So she goes, like, she runs to her mother's like supply room to like gather all her like healing herbs and stuff.
Potions and
yeah.
things.
And a mysterious young woman named Ariane. Maybe it's Ariane. Ariane. That sounds right.
I like Ariane.
Yeah. Who like she shows up at the door and she's basically like, "Hey, I was told that I could get like some supplies here." And Langorth is like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like this is my mom's room, and she's like, "I'm a wisdom keeper." So wisdom keepers are apparently supposed to be wearing these certain robes.
Yeah.
Like Merlin robes. I don't know. But she's not wearing these robes. So she's like, "You're not dressed like a wisdom keeper." And she's like, "You know what? You gotta just trust me. I am. And I also like know how to heal. So like,
let me help you.
let me help." And like, thankfully she does know what she's doing, and she's able to kind of take charge of the situation, and they're able to like help the people that they can help.
Good.
And ease the pain of the people that they can't, which is the little boy.
I knew. I was like,
Yeah.
the little boy's coming.
Yeah. But she also does really good, and she kind of like sends Langorth off to go do something else while like the little boy dies, so she doesn't have to like
Witness it.
Yeah, exactly.
Aww.
And so all this is happening, and everyone's like traumatized. When the king Morkan returns, he's, you know, of course, really upset to hear what happened. But he allows all the people that have survived that they can pledge fealty to him, and therefore like be under his protection and live on his lands. And they have to do this thing where I guess they have to like, I don't know, like the bending the knee or the pledging the fealty or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a whole big to do. What's the word?
I'm trying to, no.
Ceremony.
I'm like,
ceremony is the word.
I was going to say shindig.
Yeah, it's shindig.
But
it's just
I
a
was
big
like,
old shindig.
let's be
less
more.
partying,
I feel like this
though.
story doesn't involve the word shindig.
I did notice when I was writing this, because it's written very like medievally. And I noticed like while I was writing this, and I hate it because I'm like trying not to read it exactly because it doesn't sound right, but I'm like writing it like medievally too.
And you're like,
I'm like, oh, this sounds so like.
I can't speak this way.
I know, I don't actually talk that way. So Ariane is one of the last ones to step up. She tells the king, so the king has his own wisdom keeper. So the wisdom keepers, mostly they're you know, druid priests, but a lot of what they do is actually like,
I'm like, they hold the wisdom and the knowledge.
Yeah. But like they like, God, I hate words so much. I keep wanting to say influence, but that's not exactly the word I want to use. But they like influence kings. They,
what is the word? It's
they give advice. Advise.
Yeah. It's advise.
They advise kings. So he has his own advisor.
They're king influencers.
Yeah, exactly. They're influencers. His name is Cathin. And so she tells Cathin that she's a wisdom keeper, and she wants to actually, instead of pledge her service to Morkan, she wants to pledge her service to Langorth.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and she, since she doesn't wear the wisdom keeper's robes, basically there's this whole thing that she has to do, where she's like questioned by cat, because there's like these things, they're like called the kennings, which is like knowings, like basically there's things only wisdom keepers know, and so Cathin has to like question her to be like, to prove she's a wisdom keeper.
Oh, to see, like, if you were, you would know this kind of thing.
Yeah. And so she passes his test, and she's able to pledge her service to Langorth. So she's basically, like, now Langorth's advisor as, like, a 10-year-old girl. Which,
nice.
Yeah. Sounds good for Langorth, I guess. So the next trip that Morkan takes to Partick, he takes Langorth and Lilacane with him. On their journey, so Partick isn't very far from where they live, it seems. I think it's also still, I don't know, I get a little confused with like the places, but I think it's still under the kingdom of Morkan, but I don't know, who knows. I think this was a heavily researched book, so
I was gonna say
I don't think it's made up, but
very specific.
I also
feel like.
don't know much from 550 AD Britain.
It's a hard year
Yeah,
to remember.
that's a big year for Britain. And so on their journey, they meet up with this Christian monk named Brother Teller. So Teller is kind of like a family friend. He actually used to be a wisdom keeper, but he converted to Christianity. So like he knows like the whole Morkan family.
Oh.
So another like interesting thing is about it is there's like a really big theme of this book is sort of like the old ways versus like this new religion that's emerging, which is Christianity. And something that this like Brother Teller has is like the understanding of the old ways and the sacredness of it. And then also like
The relationship with
so he like
the
I
new
think,
ways.
yeah, I think a lot of like so he's actually with like another monk named Brother Fergus, and Brother Fergus is just like, oh, these like barbaric like
Oh, for the like people with the old ways.
yeah, like they just like don't understand, and they just think everyone's just like
Vagabonds.
yeah, like I think he calls them like wolfish and barbaric, and so like Brother Teller is like a friend of the old ways, but still like believer in Christianity. And so they're just like chatting it up, and they meet Brother Fergus, and you find out that Brother Fergus is actually like sick. And when Langorth asks about it, he tells her that it's like a lung disease that has no cure. So,
Oh no.
just like the black lung. So once they're in Partick, Cathan, who is the wisdom keeper guy, just to remind everybody who everyone is, Cathan takes Lilacan and Langorth to this place called Bright Hill. It's a sacred place to the old ways, which is like they don't really have a name. They don't say druid. They don't say pagan. They just the old ways. Yeah. And so it's a sacred place where it's said that the veil between the worlds is so thin that you can hear the gods breathe. So it's just like this really sacred place for wisdom keepers. Most normal people aren't really supposed to go in there. Yeah. So there's this festival. I don't know if festival's the right word.
Ceremony?
It's not ceremony. Kind of. What do you call it? Holiday? Maybe holiday.
Holiday.
Beltane? Have you heard of Beltane?
No.
So I'm trying to think of like a lot of the old pagan holidays are like close to what the current like Christian ones are, but it's basically like a springtime thing,
like an Easter kind of thing.
Maybe,
but less. Fertile,
it's more it's more for crops.
Fertile.
Yeah, it's more for crops.
Okay.
Like it's more like there's these Beltane fires that you light. That's basically like supposed to bring you good fortune in the spring, so that your crops are fertile.
Fed for the year.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. And so like the fires are lit on this bright hill. And there's also like these really old, like tall, beautiful oak trees up there that are said to be the children of the first tree. So like that's like how old and like sacred they are. So
sorry,
Andrea's popular. Catherine lets them kind of like wander around because like Lilacan is like learning to be a wisdom keeper. So I think it's like okay that they're up there. But Langorth is like wandering around, and she ends up like kind of finding herself alone in the woods. Suddenly a man appears out of nowhere. She's just like, who are you? And she tells him that he's like not supposed to be there. He just like doesn't respond.
I had to turn my phone on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm listening.
Okay, sorry. So the man appears out of nowhere. She tells him he's not supposed to be there. He doesn't respond. He just like kind of creepily smiles at her. So she has this like knife or whatever. Mm-hmm. She keeps it on her at all times. She like whips out the knife. She's like, "You're weird. You're creepy. You're not supposed to be here.
Ew.
You won't talk to me." And he just like laughs and basically just like twists her wrist and like takes the knife from her. She ends up like screaming, and Catherine and her brother come running. The man freaks out, drops the knife, runs away. She'll never forget his face. and that he was wearing the brown robes of a monk. So he was basically a Christian monk on a sacred place for the old people of the old way. He was not supposed to be there.
Ew.
Yeah. So Langorth tells her father about the encounter, and he's obviously very concerned about it, but they don't know who this monk is. So Beltane is drawing closer, so they need to, light them fires. King Morkan is out on a hunt, and Ariane Ariana Grande. Ariane comes bursting into the castle. They're still at Partick. So basically she's found out that someone has desecrated Bright Hill. They chopped down all these sacred oak trees, and there's like a big mound where the trees used to be, and like a big cross that has an inscription on it that says, "Here lies the body of Fergus, devoted servant of God." So basically they chopped down all the trees.
My heart is broken.
Fergus dies, and they bury him on Bright Hill. So this is a big deal. And it's a big clash of religions.
Yeah.
So basically, like, Morkan, Cathan, Ariane, and Teller are all, like, at the castle just like, I can't believe this has happened. Like, Teller understands that it's, like, a horrible, awful thing that happened. Morkan and Cathan are, like, pissed. Like, they're like, I can't believe... Because, like, right up until now, like, the two religions have kind of been, like...
commingling.
Yeah, like, they're like, you have your thing, we have our thing. Like, whatever, do your own thing. We don't care.
Yeah.
And now it's like they're head-to-head. And the issue is Beltane fires need to be lit, like, tonight.
Now.
And the High King Tuchagal, he sends, like, a man to come talk to Morkan. And he's like, hey, by the way, we're putting up, like, sentries at the foot of Bright Hill for, like, quote-unquote, the safety of all concerned, which basically means that, like, no one can go on Bright Hill, which means they can't light the Beltane fires. And Cathan and Morkan are telling Teller, like, you can't have a Christian burial on our sacred land. Like, we need to, like, basically get this body off of our land. And Teller is like, you can't, like, what was he? He was like, basically, like, you can't,
undo
once a body has been, like, buried, like,
that's a spot.
Yeah, like, you can't take it off the land because that would be, like, against our religion. Yeah. So basically, like, everyone's just like it just seems like there's just, like, no answer. And so King Tuchagal is basically like, I'm gonna make sure no one goes on Bright Hill, but we're gonna meet about this in the morning. Teller and Morkan are, they're at heads because, he's like, I don't like that body there. And Teller's like, I'm sorry, it's there. It's like, it's been done. And he makes Morkan promise that he will not remove the body. But Cathan did not make that promise.
Ooh.
So the next day at the big meeting, everyone is there except for Cathan. All of the villagers are there too. Like, everyone in the area is there. And everyone's pissed. And it is just like,
I'm stressed already.
Even villagers are like, you have Old Way villagers and you have Christian villagers. Like, it's like, split down the middle, basically. So the villagers are pissed because the Beltane fires haven't been lit. And that could mean, like, no crops, which would mean, like, everyone would starve. And, it's like a big scary thing for everybody. So since Cathan is absent, like, normally he would speak for the Old Ways. Mm-hmm. Morkan ends up having to kind of, like, face off in, like, a sort of like a lawyer set, or like a courtroom setting. So Morkan has to, like, say his side, and then Teller kind of says his side. And they're, King Tuchagal is kind of the one that's like making the decisions and stuff. He's the judge. So Morkan is like demanding that the body be removed. And Teller explains that a Christian body cannot be removed from its resting place. And he actually does state that it's actually a criminal act punishable by pain of death under Roman law. So there's this whole big thing about the Romans. I don't know much about the Romans and their conquering of Britain, but apparently they
have laws laid out.
Yeah, there. and there's but then like okay, I don't know. I'm gonna try not to say so much that I sound dumb, but maybe just enough that it helps explain things. But anyway, the Romans, even though they do not hold law over Britain anymore, Romans still hold law over Christians.
Oh, because so it's basically like Roman Catholic.
Yeah. So they're basically saying because he was a Christian, it's against Roman law. He's covered under Roman law. So they're saying like you can't do this or we'll kill you over it.
It's punishable by death.
Yeah, exactly. So King Tuchagal is just like doesn't know what to do. He's even just like, we're at an impasse. This is, unsolvable until just like Catherine just like bursts through the hall. He's got like a big burlap sack and a wooden cart. He informs Tuchagal that they're actually not at an impasse. And when Tuchagal asks for his, side of the argument, he just like dumps the contents of the sack onto the ground. And the body of Brother Fergus falls at Tuchagal's feet. Mic drop. And then I put mic drop, body drop.
Body drop. I like that.
And then a riot just like ensues. Because like it's been like just like supercharged. But yeah. Some of the stuff so there.
Good, actually.
That is like I didn't want to like I wanted to do tell enough of the story that it's like
gripping enough.
Yeah, because so much more happens. Like we're not even to where she like has to get married off or anything yet. But this is already like maybe like 130 pages into the book. So, but like I said, the book is like 500 pages long. It's a good read though. It's not.
It doesn't feel like daunting to read.
No, it was very fun. It was a very fun read. It's very, very well written. It was like enjoyable sentences to read, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that makes.
And
it's well written.
Yeah, well written. But yeah, Goodreads. I didn't actually read any of the reviews.
But what did it rate the book?
4.16, which I was a little.
What would you have given it?
I would have thought I would probably have given it because I think it was like really in my wheelhouse. Like a lot of the things that I'm into, it hit. So I think I personally would give it a 5. I was surprised at a 4.16. I probably would have expected more of like a 4.4.
So closer to like midway. 4.
Yeah, closer to a 4.5. Yeah. So I was a little surprised. But yeah, it was a really good book. I'm very excited to read the second one.
I'm excited to hear you tell me about the second one. Well, like, I want to read this one, too.
Well, like I said, there's an audiobook. I only really go through Libby. I couldn't find an audiobook for the second book. But there is an audiobook for the first one.
Okay.
And maybe I've told you enough that it'll be helpful in listening. But, like I just kept getting lost on who's who and...
Well, audiobooks,
you have to pay attention so much.
Sometimes it's hard. Lately, I have not been able to audio. I think
a lot of audiobooks you lose. Like I said, it's beautiful writing. And it's like a lot of really pretty just like ways of describing things. And not even just like imagery, but just like a way of describing something.
I feel like you lose a lot of the appreciation.
Yeah. Maybe certain books are good for audiobooks and certain books aren't.
And that's fair.
Yeah. Like this book, I enjoyed it much more reading it.
I think all but one of the books we've covered that I've done, I've read because I have such a hard time with what I've picked out with audio or it's not available.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that sounds really freaking cool, dude.
Yeah, and like as soon as I finished that, I'm waiting on the second book. I started reading Mists of Avalon again, which I did decide is going to be my marathon book. I'm just gonna read it in my free time
when you need something else to do.
Yeah.
I might have to
because
pick
it's
that up.
so many.
What's the name of this book you said again?
The Lost Queen.
The Lost Queen.
Yeah.
And what's the last name of the author?
Pike, Pike. Signe. I don't know how to say her first name. Signe Pike.
I like it. I like the premise.
It was really, really good. I highly recommend.
One of these days I'll find time to just
same.
read one of your recommendations.
Oh man, I was looking for an audiobook just to kind of like listen to in between these books, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read Snow Crash.
Yeah.
Or listen to Snow Crash. I got so excited. Couldn't find it on Libby.
Mm-mm.
I used that Libro FM for like other audio, like to pay for audiobooks because I try not to use Amazon. Screw Amazon. And they didn't have it on that either. So I'm like, I don't have time to read Snow Crash.
So I wanted John to listen to Snow Crash. I don't know what the audiobook's like at all, but he's like coming on to the end of his like series. He only has like maybe 5 or 6 books left, and he goes through them pretty fast. And I'm like, you would really like Snow Crash. And so I was like, I'll get you the audiobook. Don't worry. And then I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I'm sorry, I can't. And
he has another one. I don't know.
He's got a couple more that I want to read.
Yeah, there was like, what was it called? Necronomicon?
Necronomicon, yeah.
That one I did see on audiobook, so I didn't know if I should, but I want to read Snow Crash. I don't know.
I've heard Necronomicon's really good.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. I want to now that I've read Snow Crash and liked it so much. Yeah. But maybe when you're done with your marathon.
That'll be my next marathon book.
Yeah.
I do feel like, I have so many books now, which I love. I love this podcast in that it's like forced me to read more, and it's given me so much of a better appreciation for reading.
Yeah.
Like I still have like I do like Dungeon Crawler Carl on my Kindle. And he's my bedroom book, which is like I can't sleep or it's like nighttime.
You need something.
Yeah, and it's just like God, that series is so good. Like, I'm almost done with the third one. It's been taking me a little bit because I did finally start sleeping again. Thanks, anti-anxiety medication. But that book is, oh man, it took me. So this is gonna be really, really sad. So the third one is about trains.
Okay.
And it's a book. It's a book about trains, and I almost. So the book is it is like a sci-fi book, but it's like more than that. And I know a lot of sci-fi books are like that, but it's more of like it's like a philosophy book hidden in a sci-fi.
And Carl.
Yeah, hidden. Yeah, like Carl always does the like right thing, and it's like it's hard to explain.
Was it hard to kind of keep?
Well, but I just am finding out that he's doing a lot of like psychological experiments in the book.
Oh.
Like human experiments, but also like but also philosophical experiments. So like, what is the right thing to do in this situation? And so one of the things is, do you remember, like in I keep saying psychology. I guess it's
sociology,
philosophy.
Philosophy.
What is like the trolley problem? Do you remember the trolley problem where it's like you have a train and it's like headed towards like a group of 1,000 people, and there's like a thing on the track that's like you can like pull this lever and it'll divert the train, but it's gonna hit one person. So it's like one person versus 1,000 people. Yeah. Like, what do you do? And everyone's like, oh, well, obviously we want to save one person versus 1,000 people. It's a book about trains, and he literally does the trolley problem. And I like had this, but it's great because like what's so great about this third book is the whole book is like he's just like I can't save everyone.
It's
and
a
then,
psychological dilemma about it.
But then finally he's like, no, we're gonna save everyone. So he's like does the trolley problem, but instead of you didn't have to pick. You have a third. Yeah, you have like a third choice of saving everyone. It's really good, man. Everyone needs to read
Carl.
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I really want to. I'm gonna make time for it. It's hard when I like. So I tried to listen to an audiobook and it was really good, and then I hit my head, and then I couldn't remember half of the book before that.
Oh no, you hit your head real bad. I thought mine was bad. I think yours was worse.
I'm just more susceptible to
You
crap,
have a softer, you have softer
I've
skull.
damaged it so much.
Oh, okay. You have more previous damage.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You were roller derby. So.
We wore helmets though. I was thinking about that. I think I hit my head less in roller derby
because
than I have
had the
post
helmet.
roller derby.
How many blondes?
Yeah, I know. God.
So I was like, oh, just keep going with it, and you'll figure it out. And then by the time I finally collected my thoughts and was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm on board again. It was like Libby was like, somebody else is waiting for this audiobook, and you can't have to return it. So I got like halfway through and was like, oh, okay. But
okay, enough about the books.
Yes,
about my books. What did you read this week?
I read a book called The God of the Woods by Liz Moore.
Oh, I actually have read this.
Oh,
okay.
Have you really?
Yeah. Okay, so we listened to it on audiobook on a trip once.
Okay. I didn't know that.
That's okay. No, that's okay. What did you think of it? Because it's really popular right now. It's been on a lot of lists.
I enjoyed it. I gave it.
I feel the same.
Like, it wasn't. I liked it more than the last few books that I have read for the podcast.
Yeah, it's a good little mystery.
Also, I needed something that wasn't so morbid.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like more like happy than that, even though it's not
happy.
About
happy.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's not happy.
It's lighter.
It's just a lighter read.
Yeah.
It's very.
It's still like murder and stuff, right?
There's only like a little bit of murder.
Yeah. It's only just tiny bit of murder.
I mean, like, people aren't getting death notifications.
I mean,
people aren't eating people.
They're not, like, getting their limbs chopped off and milked to death.
I'm like, it's, compared to what?
Tender is the flesh, by the way, if you listen to that episode.
So, the book it revolves around Camp Emerson, which is owned by the Van Laar family. The camp is primarily just a summer camp centered around outdoors, survival in the woods, stuff like that. I wasn't sure. I finished this book early yesterday, and then I started to try to write my summary and was like, well, this is going to be complicated because the book goes back and forth between like narratives of different characters.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but it goes from different time periods. So like it's not the beginning. It's literally all over the place. But the author was nice enough to have like a little key at the top of the chapters after like part 1 that said if it was like 1950, 1975, 1961, present day kind of thing.
I honestly don't really remember a lot about this book.
It's fine.
I've had 2 concussions since. No, I'm just kidding.
I've had at least 7.
Yeah. Hit my head a few times.
So I was very glad when I started reading it because at first it didn't have that, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna be such a pain to try to like keep up with timelines, figure out when they are. But no, Thanks, Liz.
Yeah.
So like when you first start this story, you start with a character named Louise, and she is a camp counselor. Hold on, because my notes are all over the place, just like the book is. So Louise is from Shattuck, Oklahoma.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
It doesn't really say it a lot. But it references the town.
Shattuck?
Shattuck. SHATT.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, like I said, I listened to this too, so I didn't actually get to like see these words.
She's from a poor family. Her mom's an alcoholic. She worries about her younger brother, who's like 10. I think she is like 16, 17 when all this is going on. She's got real big dreams of getting out of poor Shattuck, Oklahoma, and getting out of that little town. She starts dating a guy named John Paul McClellan Jr., who's actually the godson of the Van Laars that own the camp.
I remember this now. Yeah.
His dad is their attorney, and so like he has money. He comes from money, so she's like, "This is my ticket out."
This man gonna save me.
Yeah. So he's the reason that she got the summer job at the camp. The camp is in New York, by the way. So this book is not centered in Oklahoma at all.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about her. She, so when the book starts, she's, in charge of the girls in the balsam cabin in this camp. And she wakes up and finds that Barbara Van Laar is missing, which is the daughter of the prominent family that owns the camp.
Van Laar, that's such an rich people name.
It really is.
Anything Van.
Yeah, any
Van, I don't know. I can't think of
Van.
I can't Van.
Laar, Laar. It's got 2 A's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Next to each other. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a dead giveaway. Anybody out there looking to marry for money? So, anyway, Lois kind of freaks out. She's got a counselor in training in the cabin with her. Her name's Annabelle. She's like gonna go wake her up, and she's like, "Oh, there's like empty beer bottles and a partially smoked joint around like on the floor next to her bed." And she like wakes her up, and she's like super hungover and is like about to puke, and she's like, "Here's a potato bag, puke in this. Don't puke on the floor, please." Yeah. And so, the camp, I guess, had thrown a dance the night before, and Lois noticed that Annabelle had kind of been in there most of the time, and then she's like, "Oh yeah," but then she was gone for a little bit, so that's probably when she went and got drunk and smoked her J, And then the next person you meet is Tracy, and it kind of jumps to 2 months before, so the very start of camp. Tracy is a camper. She's very introverted. She was pissed about going to camp. She just wanted to like read in her room all summer like she'd always done. Her parents are divorced. Her dad was like a horse jockey, and then he's not even
random profession.
He's not even the one that brought her to camp. He like sent his much younger girlfriend to like take her to camp too. So her mother's gone. I think it had said that she had committed suicide. She's like 16, I think, and she just wants to be wanted.
She's just goth.
She's goth without being goth, because Barbara is the punk.
Oh, okay.
That comes into the camp.
Yeah. Okay. So she's just sad.
she's just sad.
Yeah, she's just sad. She's had a rough life.
The next person you meet in the book is Alice Van Laar. She is Barbara's mother. When you meet her, she is taking pills for nerves that she is drinking with alcohol heavily with.
Sounds nice.
Her doctor is like, if you're having a bad day, take 2. And her bad days are usually when she's thinking about her son Bear. So her son Bear had went missing before Barbara was ever born and was never found.
This lady sucks at having kids.
Like,
I'm sorry, that was mean of me.
She doesn't suck.
It's just,
but like, she was just like
losing her kids,
heartbroken about her lost kid, kind of. So like, kind of more about Alice is she married into the Van Laar family when she was 17 to Peter the Third, which after reading about the 3 different Peters, I was like, Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 3. So this is P3, Peter 3. Okay. So she was 17, he was 27. She also came up in kind of a middle-class small town, and since the Van Laars were very well-to-do and rich, like their family, they had family money basically from selling timber and owning that property where the camp and their giant mansion is. So they get married, she moves into the big mansion, and then everything really wasn't too bad until Bear disappeared when he was 12 while he went on a hike with his grandfather. That's P2, Peter
Mm-hmm.
the Second. He had went back for a pocket knife, and then he was never to be seen again. And so, like, Alice was never the same since. She had been placed in an institution a handful of times. She was, like, hallucinating Bear, like, being there, talking to her, calling for her. It was real sad.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. And I'm sure that is sad. But then, Barbara.
She just ignores her daughter that's still there.
Basically, yeah. Because, so, where'd I go? I went too far. Sorry, this is harder to kind of follow.
I like how you didn't write your notes linearly. Linearly?
I didn't write them in order.
Linearly.
Yeah, I did.
It
was hard because I was like, you finish the book and then you're like, oh yeah, I have to kind of remember.
Yeah.
Like, why did I read this? So I think I did write a note about Barbara because she kind of comes more into play. Oh yeah, so Barbara, like, her first day at camp, she like comes in, and Tracy ends up being like her best friend at camp, and is like really excited to be at camp after they meet, and it's really cute. It reminded me a lot of the times like when I went to camp when I was a kid. Mine did not seem as cool as this one was.
I don't have good camp. I don't know. I didn't like camp.
I just like it wasn't my favorite thing. I went a couple years, and then I'm talking about
summer
like
camp
when I was in junior high age, because I went to like Girl Scout camp when I was in elementary, like really young, and I loved that because it was more like the camp that they have. But then I think in junior high I went to it was Christian camp. It was Episcopal.
What was the one here? Falls Creek?
I didn't go to Falls. I went to St. Crispin's.
We had the Pines in Texas.
Yeah.
Was our Christian camp.
I wasn't cool enough to go to Falls Creek. So no, not really. I think everybody at my school.
I know that's I've heard, I know a lot of people that have been.
But one of the girls, like, in the cabin was like, oh, she's totally punk rock, talking about Barbara and stuff. So, like, I was like, that was me when I was at camp in junior high.
Oh, my God.
Like, had the dark eyeliner.
I know you didn't, but I picture you having, like, pink hair.
I didn't do fun colors till I was, like, 30.
Yeah, but I still picture you.
I like it. It suited me so well.
And some, like, combat boots or something.
Yeah, you're picturing correct. But like we were talking about, her parents weren't really there for her. They sent her off to like boarding schools and like different places like that. Like, and she's only 13 in the story when she goes missing. So, I did enjoy the like. Everybody kept saying that it was like a narrative mystery thriller, and like the narrative part, because it does a lot of character building, and you kind of get to the point where you're like, oh, but like I really want to know who did it. Like you're building it up so well, especially talking in the different like narratives of the different characters. It kind of keeps you enthralled. There's a couple like spots where it's kind of a lull, but I thought it was like I would read it for hours and not get bored, because I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. Like, I'm trying to guess who's done it. Kind of thing. So, I don't know. I gave it like a 3.75 star. I think it had like a 4.11 on Goodreads.
Okay.
Oh, it just came out in 2004, so it's only a couple years old.
2024?
24.
Okay.
What did I say?
2004.
Sorry. I've been doing that a lot. I've been doing that a lot lately. It's 2024.
You didn't get your brain checked out.
I should. I remembered how to get here.
That's good.
I know how to do my job.
Just words are hard.
Words have always been hard. I'm just gonna get a cute pink helmet since I don't dye my hair pink anymore, and put like flower stickers.
Oh my God.
I told John I was gonna wear my motorcycle helmet to work.
Oh my god. Hey, if you hit your head at work, they gotta pay for it.
Hey, they're gonna have to buy me the helmet.
That's workers' comp right there.
So, like I said, it was really hard to kind of put a good like introduction to my book together, just because like it from the get-go starts off all over the place.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed it. It like I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I remember it being it was a fun book for because we did it on like a road trip.
Yeah.
So it was a fun book for both of us to kind of listen to.
It's a fun, I don't want to say lighthearted.
I mean, as far as
it's like there's a murk.
Only because the books you've been reading recently have been so
I know it was very lighthearted,
dark
in comparison, and that's what I wanted something that weren't as dark, and that's a good way to say it. It's like this one's not dark at all in comparison.
Yeah, it's just like a whodunit, a murder mystery.
Whodunit. I like a good whodunit.
Yeah. So, well, cool.
I recommend it just for like a fun, good read.
Yeah.
So.
I do, I think I do too. I think it was a good one.
The cover of it was fun.
Yeah.
It's like woods with a pink like paint drip down the cover. So
what was it called again?
The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. And then yours was called?
Mine was The Lost Queen by Signe Pike.
Nice.
All right.
So I hope you enjoyed our conversations.
Yeah, and let us know what you think, and
if you have any recommendations,
let us know your recommendations, something you think we like based on what we've been reading.
If you like anything that we read,
let us know.
Yeah,
we want to know. But thanks for listening.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.